I just drink wine.
Welcome
to the
Whine
Situation.
Woo! We've never done that before.
No, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, we should
We'll do variations on it, guys.
stay tuned for when we finish each
Others.
sentence.
Ten. Exclamation point.
Woo!
Arrow, we're getting so in tune, Shaughn.
We're getting so in tune. You guys, this is
No.
episode 8. It's like riding a bike for us.
Yeah,
Whines for wines, everyone. You know.
that's what we do.
If you don't know the premise of this show right now.
Then fuck you. No.
Okay, I'm gonna, Ellen, I'm gonna stop.
I'm breathing deeply. Sorry, I like to say brutal things because
I
Shaughn
know.
gets so shocked.
I do. I get so shocked. Well, I mean, if you don't know what Ellen looks like, she's a very gentle person. She's very lovely. And every now and then she lashes out with these aggressive statements sometimes. And it just brings all the words out of me. And I just have to laugh.
Yeah.
But you know what? The show is about pairing wines with wines.
We know
You
a
know.
lot about wine
We know a
between
lot
the two
about
of
wine.
us.
You know, W sets here. Wine bars have been opened. Gregory Conde's wine importers have been mentioned.
We've done all the things to tell you about wine.
Yeah, so we have a fair amount of knowledge about wine.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have like a fair amount of awesome, cool people who like to whine about things.
Yeah, we know a lot of great, funny people, like our guest today, Deanna Cheng.
Yay!
Hey.
Hey, Deanna.
Hi, guys.
Thanks so much for
Hi.
doing this.
Oh my gosh. With all that unison, I was like, is there going to be room for me? You guys are so in sync.
I think
There.
Will?
this is like really giving me flashbacks to every improv class,
Yeah.
the first class, when they're like, now you're going to tell a story one word at a time. And
I mean, we are at UCB.
I found. Yeah, right.
oh, God, this makes sense now. It's all coming together.
Zip.
Zap.
Zoop.
No!
No?
That was Zop. Where was the Zop?
I
Give me
see.
some Zop.
Oh,
I'm so
the Zoop,
sorry.
The Zoop Nazi. I believe is what that was called on
Yeah.
Seinfeld. Yeah, a little improv game.
Deanna hosts a great podcast if you want to tell people about it.
Sure. It's called How to Be Less Old. We interview mainly youths 25 and under, Emily Foster and I. We're trying to stay hip. We're trying to stay cool. We're trying to stay cutting edge. We just want to know what's going on. You
Guys,
know,
the youth are crazy.
they're super cray. And we're just...
It's rubbing off on you. You're saying cray.
I
mean,
know.
it's working, clearly.
It's luckily it's working.
Guys, if you want to be more young, less old, then this podcast is your answer.
That's right. I mean, did you know that Amber Rose showed her beaver the other day on Instagram?
Whoa,
No. What?
So this
I'm
is
missing out.
These are the hard-hitting things we're like unpacking on this show.
Wow.
I know. And we're dealing also with like body image and positivity and gender creativeness and all, like
Yeah.
important stuff too, but
The political
and
stuff.
a lot of unimportant nonsense.
Like Instagram beavers.
That's right. Correct.
Well, that's a damn shame.
Shame. Ellen keeps like
It's a beaver joke.
Ellen keeps setting me up to complete her sentences, and I keep forgetting that bit that we had.
Well, what I do like about the setup, Ellen, is that when it's when it's Shaughn or my turn, like you're alerted because your eyebrows shoot up to the sky, and it's like that's our cue. Like get in.
Right, yeah.
Jump in, guys.
It's like we're playing double dutch, and I just keep getting caught in the rope.
In the double.
That was I was so bad at it. I really wanted to double dutch, and I couldn't do it.
Same.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. We all have a commonality now. Do you want to get into your wine, and we'll get into some
Oh
wine?
my God, I'm so excited.
Yeah, tell us your wine with an H.
Ooh, it's frosty.
Sean's going to open the frosty wine. We'll explain the wine after we hear
Okay,
your
great.
wine.
So my wine is basically, I want to kind of unpack it with you guys and try to get to the root of what's happening inside of myself with this.
We're into it.
But I have an anger and a violent rage towards male, predominantly hipsters at coffee shops.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
There's something about like the juxtaposition about a guy who there's no energy. He's extremely low energy. He's standing there, but I can clock that he has spent a lot of time and money on his look.
Yeah.
And he's going to purchase an expensive coffee, but he looks like he shouldn't want to buy an expensive coffee, right? Because that's like not smart or cool. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I just feel there's something about a hipster dude that kind of like makes me feel angry, and I want to like slap him and the coffee out of his hand and just shake him. I want to shake.
You want to shake. You want to shake.
I'm glad we're unpacking this because this could be dangerous.
Yeah, this could be dangerous. And if you're looking at my face, you're like, Shaughn seems distracted. I think this wine is corked.
Really?
Oh shit.
I know. This is I had a feeling that this might happen.
Really?
Once on this podcast, yeah.
I mean, this is another like all natural. Oh.
It's corked.
Let me smell, just out of curiosity.
Oh, guys.
I know. I feel really terrible.
Oh my
for
God,
many
it's
reasons.
corked.
For many reasons, I feel terrible.
We can explain the wine, and we've tasted this wine many.
This is a
It's one
great
of my
wine.
favorite wines. We'll explain what it was, and we have other stuff we can pour to drink.
I'm like, but
You're like, but I came for
I was like,
booze.
hi. But great,
No,
cool.
I feel
Anyway.
terrible. Yeah, this is definitely corked.
It's definitely corked.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, it's corked.
Holy shit. I'm gonna go. You guys carry on. I'm gonna go dump out what we poured. Hold on.
Do you mind doing mine? I'm going to
I
help
don't mind at
Deanna
all.
unpack this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know what? I think a lot of what you're talking about here is there's this sense of like, I don't care, laissez-faire. I don't need anything or anyone or any labels or any, company
Yes.
or anything. But yet they're so prescribed to being a part of a scene and a culture.
Correct.
And there's like a disconnect. So there's like a mistruth, there's like a misrepresentation. You're telling me this, but because you're prescribing to this culture in this way, you're actually doing this.
And it's
Right?
not the buying of the coffee, because obviously I'm sitting there buying the coffee as well. I
course.
don't care. Enjoy the coffee.
Yeah,
Great.
coffee's
God
great.
bless.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of it has to do with zero energy in the body. And you're 100% right.
Right.
There is a disconnect between what they're outwardly saying that they're about.
And they're not being truthful to what that is. But then isn't that whole outward presentation not truthful then?
I would have to
like
agree.
that whole like culture thing,
Yeah.
I think would be like not truthful.
Right.
So then we just figured out hipsters.
We not.
We just
By
you
the way-
missed it, Ellen.
Did I miss it?
Yeah, you missed it. We figured it out. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Been great.
We had a great time.
Oh.
Well,
Should we explain this is a beautiful wine we were going to drink. It's called The Meadow. It's from Rhythm Wines, which is made by Jasper Dixon
Jasper Dixon, our
of
good friend.
Silver Lake Wine.
Yeah, so this is like a Silver Lake wine. This is a wine made by a man who lives in Silver Lake.
We were like, we have to pair it with the most Silver Lake wines.
And it's super hipster. It's a super hipster wine.
And it's so good.
It's so delicious.
It's a beautiful bottle. It's a rosé, right?
It's a rosé of Graciano and a little bit of Grenache. And it's from Lodi. These are grapes.
Okay,
These are grapes, guys.
And Jasper's like the sweetest, bestest, amazing person I know.
He's super, super nice and makes wonderful wine. And I'm so sad because I was
I'm
so
so
excited. Yeah, it's just a beautiful wine.
But we have an auxiliary bottle of red
Yeah.
wine that we're going to pour you because I feel like if someone's not drinking wine on
Now,
this
do you
episode-
take this corked bottle back? Is that a thing?
If at a restaurant, if your wine was corked, you
Right.
definitely
But how about
send
a
it
wine
back.
shop?
I've returned a corked bottle of wine to
I've
a wine shop.
definitely done that. Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. So here's the thing about corked wine. You could tell it was corked. Corked wine is something, to me, it tastes like cork. And that's the
Yeah,
best way to describe it.
it's
In like that
Wet cardboard.
wet
is-
cardboard, wet dog.
For people that don't know what
Yeah.
corked smells like. Yeah.
Yeah, but like if you took a cork off a bottle of wine and you chewed on it,
Right.
like it tastes like that. So the wine only tastes like that. That's all you can taste. It's a very, pervasive sort of thing that happens.
And when you go to a restaurant and you order a bottle of wine, when they pour, that's really just to find out, is it corked?
Yes.
Right, yeah.
If you don't like it, then that's too. I mean, I've recently people are like, "Oh, you always want the guest to be happy, so suck it up, sell it by the glass." But technically, that's just if you're a polite person who knows better, it's just to tell if it's corked or
Yeah.
not.
But I feel like there could be a PSA about that, because I feel like people don't 100% know that.
Yeah.
Well, like for
It's
me, I'm always
true.
like the wine isn't showing the way I think it should be showing. Is a nice way I think to say it's corked. You're like, I think the wine isn't showing the way it's supposed to.
Okay.
Then they
Would
usually
you
taste
please
and
taste
they're
it
like,
too? Yeah. And the weird thing about corked wine is that if I have a hint that it's corked, it is, and like I never
how
second
did you?
guess.
What was your? Because you seemed to like suddenly have an instinct when you opened it that this was, and I don't normally
yeah.
notice until I smell or put it in my taste it. Like,
If you notice, I usually pour everyone's glass of wine first before I pour mine. But
I saw you
but
pour
I
and
sniffed
sip.
it.
That's why I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I sniffed it and I was like, something's off. So I was like, let me taste it. And I was like, you're in the middle of telling your story, and I felt so bad. I was like trying to listen. I'm like, oh no, oh no, this wine's corked. How do I deal with this? And I really want to drink it. So yeah, that's a polite way to do it if you're in a restaurant. It's be like, I don't think it's showing right. I don't think.
Another wine question, if I may.
No, please.
So if you say to someone, is it so low rent to say that you like a buttery Chardonnay?
If that's what you like, that's what you like.
That's what you like.
But do you judge?
No, I don't judge.
No, I think people should drink what they like. I think I would love to challenge your palate, but I think
Right.
that everybody, I mean, that's why I had friends who have added, Coke or cherry juice to the wines I brought over because they don't like stuff that's not sweet. And I'm just like, if that makes you happy, sure. Everyone should drink what makes them happy.
A little more low rent would be if you said I like Pinot Grigio or Malbec.
True. Because there's a
Malbec?
lot of extremely high-end oaky as sen buttery chards out there.
Yeah, I can get behind like a really buttery, oaky Chardonnay, but someone who's just like, I don't care, I just want whatever, says Pinot Grigio.
Yeah.
Got it.
Give it to them.
I don't say Pinot Grigio. Thank God.
Because at least I feel like with the buttery Chardonnay, there's a lot of food options you can pair it with. It's not just like alcoholic, like
Yeah,
water.
Pinot Grigio is like, I want some alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, which I'm fine with alcoholic water, but like, I mean, at least have
It's
a little
called
bit.
vodka.
Yeah, exactly. It's
And
called
I would
vodka.
rather serve someone vodka with a nice hint of lime and maybe a splash of vermouth. I'm such a snob. Though.
You're just getting you're mixologist over there. So unfortunately, yeah, we have a corked bottle. Now I have like otherwise known as TCA, as they call it.
Yeah. Cork taint. It's a bacteria, right?
And there's varying degrees of it. And sometimes it'll show up right away, and sometimes it'll show up after wine's been open for like 20 minutes.
Sometimes the wine's almost drinkable. Sometimes wines, you smell it first and they have what's called Brett, which is like closed off from the air too much and it kind of smells like a little sweaty animal-y. But that can, if you give it enough air, go off. So sometimes you get a wine and you're like, this just needs some air.
And Brett is referring to Brettanomyces, which is like a yeast.
Brettanomyces.
Brettanomyces.
Yeah.
And which used
But that
in...
can go, a little air can help that if there's just some of the wines that's considered almost an asset, like some Rhone Valley wines I feel like I've had that some Gigondas that has like a bit of Brett and it's that nice little, like just a hint of barnyard going on. You're like, I dig that.
Yeah, a lot of that Brett will show up in Loire too.
Yeah.
So you get that sort of, like, is this part of the wine or is this part of just a not super clean winemaking facility?
Almost excited this happened because now we get to talk. We haven't talked about fault.
Yeah, the faults in our stars.
Well, we're talking about, the faults in our stars, the faults in our Silver Lake men, the faults in our wine.
I just feel terrible because, like, literally the winemaker's a friend of mine and ours. So, Jasper, we just want to.
We love you.
We love you.
We're gonna have you on with your wine in all its full glory.
And this has nothing to do with the winemaker's fault. This is just a random thing that happens.
It happens.
It happens.
I fully encourage everyone to go buy the Meadow Rosé by Rhythm.
It's so
How
delicious.
much a bottle of that run you for?
You can pick up a bottle of this at Silver Lake Wine for like $20.
Great.
Yeah, it's great for summer.
It's so good.
And
It's one of my favorite rosés.
It's named after the meadow in Silver Lake.
How do you feel about Whispering Angel as a rosé? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know that I've had it.
You haven't had it?
Wait, have I? I probably have.
It's a Provence rosé, but it's Brad Pitt and it was.
Oh,
it's
is
not-
it?
It was their.
I think you're right.
I think they.
It's not the one in the lower bottle.
It's called Whispering Angel, and it has like
maybe
a
I have.
bulbous.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. I was going to pull a picture up. and
pull a picture up.
Took the mic out.
If it's
sorry.
that one, I've had it and it was excellent.
I
Yeah.
really like that wine,
I
but
really
I just
like
want
it
to
too,
check
yeah.
in.
If it's what I'm thinking of,
I really like it too.
endorse that. I endorse well-made wine, no matter who makes it.
I feel like
Because
this is a
speaking of
little-
which, we're actually drinking Guy Fieri's wine again.
Oh yeah, we're drinking Guy Fieri's wine.
So
Hunt and Ride.
It's lovely,
This
right?
is well.
It's
actually,
great.
If you listen to the previous episode, you know that we're drinking a Zinfandel from Dry Creek.
you guys, okay, real talk. We record these two at a time.
Ellen, how could you?
Oh, God. People were so disappointed to know that we're on our second bottle of
On
wine.
our second bottle of wine. No. It was Spring Angel. She pulled up an image.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've had that.
No,
It's good.
Okay.
Yeah. I just feel like it's a little overpriced. I feel like you can get that wine maybe a little more affordable.
There's a lot of wonderful rosés that don't cost a lot.
But it's also really ubiquitous, so it's easy to find. Like you can get that at like a Ralph's,
A good grocery store wine is a good thing.
right?
You can't shake a stick
You can't.
at a good grocery store wine.
It's true.
I mean, you just can't. Not in these
can't.
troubled political times we're
No,
living in. Like,
no.
you need to be able to have easy
I mean-
access, good.
Sometimes
Grocery
one
store wine.
can't
Grocery
sit
store
at
wine.
home waiting for the wine to be delivered as hunt and ride.
Back to the hipster thing.
Oh, yeah.
So do you think? Here's the thing about hipsters is that no one will self-proclaim as a hipster, right?
Is that true?
I think so.
I don't know.
I don't because I feel like no one will like own that as a title, but yet
I haven't ever asked anyone point blank, like, do you consider yourself a
Yourself,
hipster?
yeah.
So I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know if I have.
There have been times I've been in mismatched attire walking around the Silver Lake Reservoir as I do, not drinking rosé secretly as apparently Jasper does at the Meadow, but walking around and I'm like, does this outfit and the fact that I'm here, does this qualify as hipster? And I'm like, if I'm asking, probably not. Or probably so. I don't know.
And look, I mean, living in LA, I live in Los Feliz, right next to Silver Lake. It's not like my tolerance is like
What kind of
pretty
coffee
high.
do you drink? This is
mean-
the important question.
Okay. So I've just recently gone over to almond milk, which is like a real struggle, guys. I'm there.
You're doing
I'm
it.
doing
You're doing
it.
it.
Okay.
Are you
But-
making your own?
Almond milk?
Yeah.
No, I don't live that kind of a life. Like, I'm not
Where's
that
your
gal.
Vitamix?
I don't know. Oh, God. Are you making your own almond milk, Shaughn?
Every morning.
Is that true?
Yes, I wake up at 5:30.
Shaughn has a coffee maker.
Vitamix. I have a cheesecloth. I hand
You hand pluck
pluck.
all the finest almonds.
I create like an udder with the cheesecloth, and I slowly milk it
Oh, my God.
While he meditates.
Beautiful.
while I meditate.
What a
and-
life.
Yeah.
I mean, the meditation time allows just the right amount of time for the right essence of almond.
It doesn't taste as good unless I meditate before I do it.
I do believe that.
I jest, but Shaughn and I both totally meditate. It's true.
Actually, I do meditate.
Yeah. Do you guys do transcendental?
I
Yes.
do,
Have you? I want to, and I
It's
am
great.
Yeah, I've been that.
But bargain with them for a discount.
I want numbers today, guys. I don't know what's happening right now, but I want
You want
hardcore
hardcore.
dollar bill numbers.
I think if you can get a student one, it's like $3. Or it's been several years since I did it. So
Do you have to be a student?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, but I mean, UCB, you can technically.
Really? Can I be a student having done this podcast at the UCB?
Absolutely.
You can also bargain with them, which is what I did. I think full price though, it's around $1,000.
We're at a G.
I thought it was like a 2G.
2
No,
But here's-
definitely not what I. Maybe they've
No.
increased it in the
Yeah,
last couple
yeah.
of years.
I did Vedic actually, which my friend Teo did, and he went and became a teacher, and then came back, and I went through the program through him, which is basically TM. It's the exact same thing. You get a chance. And that was way more affordable, and that was $500.
That's about how much I ended up paying for my tea, but I bargained back and forth with them until we found something agreeable.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I'm an artist, I can't do this, and yeah, they're pretty good. Like I felt like it was worth it.
I know you guys doing it every day.
Yeah,
I do
at
it
least
twice.
once a day.
I do it twice a day. Yeah.
I'm supposed to do it twice a day. I need to manage it. I generally do it at least once.
Great.
It's good stuff.
But there's something too with like spending the money. Like,
Oh my God, we are hipsters.
Then you. Oh my God! Why do I have a raccoon tail coming out of my?
$500 to learn how to sit still and chant a word to yourself. But it's worth it.
Is it one word? We're chatting one?
It's just like Sanskrit.
syllables.
Some syllable Sanskrit stuff. It's
And
like,
you just repeat
it's like
the one?
Wigwam, wigwam, wigwam. Basically,
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
it's like a version of that.
Okay.
You know, Dana Carvey is famous for just like telling people his chant. He's like, my chant's wigwam. Like, what? Like, obviously, there's a reason why I was given these. And then I even got my mantra upgraded, so they just like add a little tag.
Oh.
They add a tag onto it, so mine's
the
longer now.
TM Centers of Los Angeles doesn't offer an upgrade.
Really?
Yeah, they just. Well, maybe I got the good stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't
that's-
have
He
to.
got a real corked mantra. And so that
Ooh, bringing it back full circle. The corked mantra.
So, do you even have any whines in you after
Totally.
so many nice meditations every day?
Sometimes as my
my
mind's
God.
just going through my to-do list the whole 20 minutes and like you get all the crap that would be distracting you that you'd be thinking about all day out of your head in that meditation, even if you're barely remembering to do your mantra. And then you're like, I don't know, I'm better just like going about my day. And
I like that.
Yeah, I'm able to focus a lot better. I never was a nap person, but oftentimes I find
It's so
myself
energizing.
tired
oh,
in
go
the
big.
afternoon. So for me, it's become a really great sort of afternoon nap. And a lot of times you're transitioning from one thing to the next, and they're all like kind of random. Like you're driving around all day, and you go to the dentist, and you go to an appointment, and then you go do a podcast, and you go to a show. So there's a nice sort of break that happens, or you like work at a bar at night. So like that 20 minutes is like a reset for me. So I can kind of like start again in the same day with sort of like a calm, fresh perspective. And I'm not carrying that anxiety and the other like mush from the previous things I was doing.
One of the things I liked when I was doing the training is people are like, but what if you fall asleep? And they're like, if you fall asleep while doing it, you need the sleep.
Yeah, a lot, and like a lot of times.
It's a very forgiving kind
Yeah,
of
it's a
thing.
very
They're just
forgiving
kind of
thing.
like, yeah, you can think thoughts, you can do what you want. Really, this is what we say is best. But
And now basically like between the hours of like 3 and 6, I feel myself. I'm like, I need to go meditate. I've been hanging out with people, and I'm like, I'll be right back. They're like, where are you going? I'm like, I have to go do this for 20 minutes, and it's kind of awkward at first.
and then
People are
he's like, now I have to strain some almond milk.
yeah, I'm like, and I just go and I just like peace bench, just quiet time. That's what mine needs.
Well, you know what? It's like true self-care. And I think that can be very confronting for people when you're not taking care of yourself or there's more you could be doing. It's sometimes when someone does take the time to go for a run, meditate, strain their own almonds for almond milk. Like it's like, oh.
Utter them.
Do any of us actually do that?
No, I don't.
Okay. Didn't think so.
He's like, got a circle. Oh my God, you guys, I've clocked this. Okay. Hi. Sorry, Mike.
You're like literally having a full-on match.
You
a
said,
boxing
like,
match.
have you ever done a podcast before? The answer is obviously no, because I can't handle this
Like
microphone.
only 160.
But, wow, I will try to not clock it anymore.
That is weird though. It does poke out at you a little bit on it.
But, you know, I do think that happens where people feel, why Shaugh's going to meditate and I'm not doing enough for myself. And it can sometimes, if
Feel like
people give
that.
you any shade, it's probably because they're feeling, they're not taking the time to do, be it meditation or whatever else for themselves.
But I've invited friends. I'm like, come with me. And some of my friends who don't even meditate will just come and sit with me for 20 minutes.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like, yeah,
cool.
just come sit here and just like meditate in your own way. And just like,
I've
it's kind of
never
like
done that.
taking that time really to sort of, and it's not, it sounds like a lot of time, but it's not.
No,
It's really
and it
not.
makes me so much more effective the rest of my day that
Yeah.
it's that whole thing. If you're gonna chop wood for 8 hours, take the time to sharpen the axe first, kind of thing. I think
That's a great way to say it because I noticed that too. A lot of
they
times
taught us that at the teams. They actually did.
that's one of their marketing ploys. That's how they get you.
Oh God.
But it actually, like if you take time to meditate, like 20 minutes, then when you come back to like your tasks, you're much more efficient at achieving them. So you actually save time in the long run. So by taking the time out, you then are much more in the pocket.
Have you ever like invited someone to meditate with you and then tried to turn it into sexy times just out of curiosity? Just out of curiosity. Just seems sort of like Shaugh's like, would you like to
Hey, you want to come meditate with me?
meditate with me?
If you feel my hands on you,
Yeah.
it's just me upping your chakra. I don't know.
No, I haven't. But that reminded me of Bikram yoga. Like, the Bikram yoga, the whole...
The dude is like a filthy
the-
pig.
Yeah, the filthy
Yeah.
pig guy who's always like...
It's disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's a monster.
He is legit a monster.
He thinks he's here
A deity.
For, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this actually is a guy?
It's like the Bikram.
The
Dude.
Bikram,
I know
yeah.
what.
No,
Bikram
but
is,
it's
but
him. It's like him.
the guy
It's
who
like
started
Mr.
it.
Bikram.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like Sir Bikram
gotcha.
is
Mr. Bikram.
really rotten.
Yeah.
And the women in the class feel compelled to,
I'm going to pour you more wine.
thank you so much, to satisfy him, serve him, pleasure him. And I don't get it. But
Yeah. Well, because and they want to be like torn down, and it's just all very sad.
yeah, I have to imagine, that's the core group. And then it has people do it who are not involved in anything like that. So it bubbled out and it's fine. But whatever's going on with the dude
Yeah.
is very bad.
It's very bad. It's very sad. He's actually not allowed back in the United States.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Good.
Good.
Where were we?
We were asking you how you liked your coffee, and then almond milk
Right,
led to
took us-
meditation,
took us
led to
down a real
took us
journey.
down it's okay.
I like a Pete's coffee if I'm making it at home. There's a creamer that's like almond milk and coconut milk, and it is the most amazing, the closest thing to just half and half in that world that you could get. I wish I had the name of it. I don't. It's amazing. It made it okay.
It's like a
And you just
non-dairy.
make drip coffee.
Yeah, that reminds me. But if I go, like, I live close to H Cafe, which I really enjoy.
I
And
don't know. Wait, is that the one by
It's-
House, the
yeah.
restaurant? Yeah.
And
I haven't been in the coffee shop yet, but I like
it's really
House.
nice.
It's
Home.
very- Home.
Yeah,
yeah.
but so
Yeah.
close
House,
that
home.
I mean, house, home, house, home. It's all the same.
Making a house a home.
Making a house a
Yeah.
home.
Aw.
Home is where the heart is.
So they have like a really nice little coffee shop, and I'll have like a cinnamon latte there or just a coffee with some almond milk. And I don't feel rage there that often, only a handful of times. Intelligentsia, and it's rage for men and women in there.
Yeah.
The bougie sort of like nonsense, low energy, rich people craziness.
Hipster tourists.
Hipster to the 20th power. I can't. My head explodes when I walk in there.
Do you go next door to Bar Stella ever?
I've been there before.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a really pretty place, and I've enjoyed myself there.
The clientele's fairly hipster, but I think intelligentsia is worse. You could just
Sure.
spend all day drinking
Yeah.
coffee at one and wine at the other. Like,
Right. And then the cheese shop in the middle,
oh, God.
which is delicious. But
There's your whole day right there.
Yeah.
right. I mean, it
there
is
you
a
go.
it's a
It's a
full
day being a hipster.
it's a full day.
It's a lifestyle.
Have you been to Go Get 'em Tiger
No, I have
Oh,
not.
gosh.
next to Covell?
Oh, golly gosh.
How do we feel?
Full disclosure, I'm a huge fan because they're friends of mine. So
Great.
But yeah, you should check it out. It's great.
What do we have going on there?
They made me a great iced Americano last time I went.
Kyle Glanville and Charles Babinski. Kyle helped open this Intelligentsia there. So now this is his own sort of project. So it's the quality level of Intelligentsia, but better, but without that
Oh.
pretension.
I highly
You know?
recommend the documentary. I think it's just called Barista, which is sort of about a big competition for baristas. The guy who started Go Get 'em is in that.
How much? Again, dollar bills. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's
Dollar
happening
bills.
right now, but same price point as Intelligentsia?
It's the corked wine.
I feel like I'm owed something
Yeah.
with that wine being corked,
Sure.
and now I need to make up for it in all dollars.
We'll
and
take you
cents.
out for
Give me
pickup.
the dollar signs. Yeah, same price point.
Same
And
price
they have
point.
food too.
Okay.
Yeah. But they have an amazing almond macadamia nut
You're
milk.
talking real sweet to me
Latte.
now. Okay.
Do you want to go meditate with me? Come on.
I mean, it's quite a line.
I mean,
I
mean,
don't shake.
Can I come?
you're.
I mean, it's a very alluring line.
This is Silver Lake. There's 3 of us, and
Yeah.
that's okay. Well, there's almond milk involved.
We're in
Oh
a-
my God, guys! Wait, I want. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we're in a padded studio. We're in a padded room.
We are.
Zig, just can we give you a blindfold?
Zig's like,
no,
why
Zig-
can't?
no,
he's
Zig's
like,
in
am
on
I
it.
in or am I
shit.
not in?
No, Zig's in.
Zig's in. I
Zig,
mean, I
it's
already
up
know
to you,
Zig's
baby.
in. Yeah. Like Zig was in before anybody even began talking about this. When we were talking, with how to be less old. Recently, we were talking about like what kind of nonsense have these kids brought to us, and we had a girl who was like, "Oh, I'm experimenting with my sexuality through dating apps." Now, what we learned is like she's not really. She's trying to experiment with her
What does that
sexuality.
mean?
So it means that she's never been with a woman, but thought it was a great idea to meet a couple and sight unseen,
Yeah.
like strangers, and like have a threesome with them.
Oh.
But she got so drunk that they did go back to their home, and it was like a beautiful place in Venice. And she, the wife had a huddle with her husband and was just like, "We're gonna get you an Uber home." Like she was so drunk that it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
If she's that scared of the thing that she has to get smashed to do it, then probably maybe not a good idea.
Right, it was a couple different things like that. Wanting to go out with a girl, and I think she wants to experiment with the lady in the old lady pond, but she, is trying to experiment with her sexuality, but she's getting so wasted that she's not actually succeeding.
Is there like a female equivalent of blue balls?
What?
Is there like
Oh.
like leaving like
Yeah.
flirting with but is there like a saying?
I think it's a similar sensation.
Yeah.
Yeah. An unsatisfied
Yeah,
sensation.
and there's
It's
like
like-
sort of a thumping numbness
Yeah.
that I would assume is a similar like feeling.
Yeah, like a blue
Like
blue boobs? No.
The boobs.
the boobs don't really they
I
don't feel
just
much.
want the alliteration. That's
Right.
really what I want.
I
What
think
other
we need
lady
to work
parts?
on
are
it.
there?
Yeah,
we'll
this is getting very.
figure it
Like-
out.
Do you have a significant other who satisfies your blue balls? No. Sorry. That's a terrible question.
Wait, are you asking me the question?
Yeah.
I'm blushing and I
No,
don't know why because I don't know if I.
Here's a better question.
Yeah.
Do you use dating apps? You're with someone? Or,
Oh, I'm
just
married.
curious. Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, that's why the name change.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
That's right.
Um,
I forgot.
yeah, he satisfies my blue vagina.
Excellent. Excellent.
Thank
That's
God.
what we were concerned about.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord. Blue vagina.
Blue vagina for
vagina.
now.
Yeah,
for
for
now.
now.
We have a little bit more time here.
It also
today.
could be a David Lynch movie.
Right.
Ooh. Yeah.
Blue vagina. Hence the TM meditation. I'm bringing
There
it back
you
full circle, guys. But let's ask some wine questions,
Yeah.
even though, you know.
They were all themed about rosé because
So just
we
go
were
with it.
going to be drinking rosé, but
I'm glad we didn't just lie and drink that wine and
Oh,
pretend.
God.
Couldn't.
you would be
couldn't.
like,
I
you would tell
couldn't.
everybody on earth not to go on our podcast because we serve shitty wine if
Yeah,
we
you're
did
like,
that.
they serve corked wine the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be like, it's really
We're
good.
like,
And
it's delicious.
and we just
Drink
sat
more.
there and lied about it. Everything's fine. Everything's great.
I mean, it was clutch that you had this other wine.
Yeah, well,
available.
thank goodness.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Truly.
Truly.
Because the idea of getting a glass of wine and then not getting it is like very
It's
blue
rude,
ballish.
Yeah,
and it's totally. It's the blue balls of wine.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting blue balled, yeah. And we all had plenty of leftovers. So you
Shaughn,
guys-
I came up with another good rosé question that
Oh, you want to change?
can I ask a challenge question last minute?
Game change question? Sure. Oh, so we ask people some wine questions.
It's our
towards the
speed
end.
round.
Yeah, it's like a speed round. So we just ask you wine. It's okay if you don't know.
I'm not going to know. So just
Okay.
know that. And then we go from there.
I
And
mean,
then we go
we
from
do,
there.
we
Exactly.
do it largely
Exactly.
because we want to share some wine knowledge.
Yeah,
with
I
the
love
people.
that.
Yeah, we're keeping it whiny.
What region in the Southern Rhone
dear
is
God.
rosé only? Shaughn, do you know this? You know this. Think of rosés from France, Southern Rhone.
Does it begin with a P?
No, begins with a T. You're probably thinking of Provence,
I
which
was.
is
I
very
don't know this. It begins with-
Tavel rosé.
That's rosé only?
Yeah.
They don't make any red wine in Tavel?
I now you're making me doubt myself, but yeah, Tavel I believe is rosé only, and then
Oh,
like
I don't know. We're gonna
nearby
look it up.
there's Lirac, which is mostly rosé, I believe. I could just it occurred to me that was a good question for people that want to identify their
I
wines.
don't know, and we're gonna look it up.
Tavel, Tavel, in the Southern Rhone of France, makes excellent rosés. Grenache, Cinsault, Mourvedre are the grapes that tend to figure.
Into that.
Yeah, maybe some Syrah. What are you getting there?
It's so nice to have wine knowledge, guys. You should feel really good. Because, I mean, it's like a superpower.
Tavel wines are all rosé wines. Yeah, no, I'm not insane.
No, I believe it. I didn't know that. I just feel very
Now you're
Shamed.
enlightened. No.
wow. The teacher has become the student, guys. Here I am. I know what it feels like, Deanna. I know what it feels like to sit over there now.
Shaughn
I'm
knows.
like happily over here.
She has like a full glass of
Like,
wine.
hey.
It's okay. I got the Zinfandel. It's higher alcohol content than.
I'm just gonna
the
drink
rosé.
corked wine, guys. I don't care.
God.
I don't even care anymore. After Ellen just put me to shame on the hot seat.
It's
here.
okay.
No,
Your head
no.
should be held high.
This
do you
is
need to
like-
do like a quick TM session and to get back into the
Do you
game?
need to meditate?
You guys, I'm
We'll
just
go
I'll be
meditate,
back
Rick.
in 22 minutes.
You don't want us with you? What?
I need to be by myself.
Oh.
I usually invite my friends,
No,
but not today.
These are the facts I know that are thoroughly look-upable, so it's like silly. But it just occurred to me that might be a good one for someone who's interested in rosé. But you're spot on with Provence is basically like it's not all rosé, but it's like known for rosé. That's their big thing.
I said it's so I said Provence first, and then I said, does it start with a P? I literally went like this.
Oh,
Like I said it so quietly.
Well, we have it on
Whisper.
tape.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
because I was
We'll
not.
amplify that
I was
part.
like, is Provence in France? Like those are the questions that happen.
no, you're totally right.
Okay.
It's known. Bandol Provence is one of the most known Provence regions for their fancy schmancy rosé. But yeah,
great rosé.
Provence makes great rosé.
Whispering Angel. There's your
yeah.
Whispering Angel.
Oh yeah,
There she blows.
There she
spot on. You get that point. I'm giving you a high five from over here.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll give you that point. I mean, it's not
correct, but-
It's just this is where rosé is often from, so you're good.
You're good.
I feel great.
Next question. You ready?
No.
So where's the first place in California where commercial winemaking happened?
We didn't know this either.
Carmel.
Ooh, I like that. It's eclectic and fun and waspy.
And
It's actually Los Angeles.
Oh my god.
I know. You think Napa, but no. Some people would think Napa or Carmel.
Is that weird?
No.
It felt like Napa was too on the nose.
Yeah.
Actually, some of the the Los Angeles wineries, particularly the San Antonio wineries,
That's like
one of the ones.
downtown, right?
Yeah.
They are some of the wineries that helped keep wine alive during Prohibition because they made wine for church. Churches were still allowed to have wine because, religion,
that.
Yeah.
separation of that and government. So people are like, we're religious. Make us
Right.
more wine. So, yeah.
How is that wine? Is it good?
San Antonio?
I've never actually had it.
I
but-
had an orange wine from them once it was like a sparkling orange wine that turned me on to orange wine. It was good. They
Where's
do
the-
free tastings there. They close kind of early, but we should go sometime.
Where's the fruit from? Where's the grapes? Do you remember?
I don't. It was before I.
You're just like going for
It's
it.
like 7 years ago before I became a wine obsessive.
My friend Mike goes there. He went there the other day and he had a good time. He
Yeah, we
bought some
should
wine.
go.
Yeah. Next question.
What is saignée? It's a method
Okay.
It's a
of making
method.
rosé
So there's a method in winemaking.
Are you guys giving me the
Called-
answer already, or we're not there yet?
called saignée. Saigne with accent mark over it. E.
Saunier.
So it's a method to making rosé.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
and
different ways of making rosé.
And what is that method? It's a French word, and the meaning of the word kind of lends itself to the method
I'll
of
give
the
you
word.
a hint of
I'll
like
take
what
it.
the word means in French, and that I cut myself before tonight started, and then I did this thing called
Blood.
bleeding. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what saignée means.
Okay.
You guys, Ellen is actually okay mentally.
okay.
I want
You
to
guys,
clarify because
I'm having
the way she just said that.
I was deep. I was like, and we're gonna go to
You
the
guys-
hospital.
Oh my God! No, you guys,
Ellen is
I
totally
didn't.
fine.
I didn't get my TM this morning, so I cut myself for the
Ellen
podcast.
doesn't cut herself. Ellen's very
don't.
happy. She's very healthy.
It's
She-
just I broke one of the goblets
She broke a goblet and she cut her finger.
on the goblet.
So that's what she's referring to. But it sounded so much more goth.
Oh, I'm
it sounded
sorry.
so much more goth
I
and
can't help
dramatic.
it.
I haven't.
You can't help but be goth.
I haven't listened to every episode. Have people discussed the goblets here?
The goblets
Yeah.
are,
Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
These
I
are
figured.
they're a
One
thing.
of them actually, despite the fact that they've been thrown against walls, one of them in my bag in my Uber apparently got broke.
So this would be the process of like, let's think together as a team.
Yeah.
The blood of grapes is their juice. Yeah.
So the process is like something where you're like squeezing the grapes in a way that is dripping the juice out of it.
So grapes are smashed.
Like I Love
Crushed.
Lucy.
Like I
yeah.
Thank you.
Got it. Copy.
I didn't want to make the I Love Lucy reference, but there it is. You got it. So and then that juice is, then fermented and that becomes alcohol, right?
This is weird because recently I've been reading different things. Some people were saying saignée is when they let the weight of the grapes in the bin crush the ones at the bottom and they bleed that juice off. Well, I think the term came from like people used to cure illnesses by bleeding people. And so that's how it's like when they're making red wine and they want it to be more potent, so they want it to have more time with skins, so they bleed some of the juice off while it's still pink, and then they have a more concentrated red wine. So a lot of times saignée has to do with them wanting to make some pink and some red.
And typically it's done with Pinot Noir. So Pinot Noir is a light-skinned varietal grape anyway, and you derive the color of red wine from the skins.
Yeah, so they
And,
want to
like, the
bleed some of the
tannins
juice
and
and
that.
then get more tannins for the red.
So you get a deeper red color, the less juice to skin contact that you have. So you bleed off like sometimes up to 20%. And instead of throwing that juice away, that good juice,
They're like, this is delicious, let's ferment it more.
and it's already basically this color anyway.
Yeah.
So you just put that in a bucket, a bathtub, a Pyrex dish, whatever you have around the house, and then you let it sit out, and then eventually native yeast will just start attacking it, and it'll make it an alcohol. So you can make a rosé out of that.
Yeah, I think sometimes they do it when it's started fermentation already, but it's I don't know.
Yeah.
I was researching more into after we came up with this question, and I was getting slightly varying because there's other methods of making rosé, like the drawing off or the direct press, where they just kind of like crush them and drain it right away, and it's a red grape, so it gets barely any color.
But you can make a white Pinot Noir, like a white wine Pinot Noir.
Yeah, if you crush it and strain that juice fast enough.
Crush it and strain it.
Crush and strain.
Crush and strain.
Crush and
This is what we do.
Yeah, that's my trucking company.
Yeah.
Crush and strain.
I wish we'd unpacked man buns some more because I'm against
We
them.
didn't talk about man bun.
I feel they're on their way out.
Yeah,
You know?
I hope.
Yeah.
There's like 4 men on the planet who can pull them off. I don't know their names, but there's
They're somewhere
very
in Silver Lake buying coffee right now.
There's just there's a couple who can actually make it look hot. And there's the guys who kind of casually,
Yeah,
you
just
know,
like, yeah.
tie it
They
up.
just
Yeah.
need it out of their
Just
way.
get out of their way.
And that's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the real manicured, sort of thoughtful placement of each hair man bun
Little hair.
that's dealt with in a sort
Yeah.
of special kind of way. It's just
It's that hipster trying to look like you're not trying thing.
Have you guys heard of the romp him?
Yeah.
What?
The romp him.
Oh, a romper, but
Male rompers.
Oh.
Fellas, you know, we had on Joe Coy recently. That he's a comedian. He used to be on Chelsea lately.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He had a very interesting point about like all of these types of things, like the romp him and
Super fitted, tight jeans.
just
and
like
pants.
these trends, these sort of internet Instagram types of trends that just all of a sudden are here with us. He said, you know, back in the day, trends, like the designers would pull from the streets, like something cool would be happening from the streets, and that
Right.
would bubble up, and then like designers would take it and kind of do what they do with it, and then goes out to the people, right? And now it's being sort of manufactured. It feels like it's being manufactured from like, it's not an organic, like the romp him didn't come from an organic place where some kids in Chicago.
It really makes it very unhipster because it's not organic.
It's not organic. And I thought that was an interesting / depressing.
Well, it's kind of like the whole argument for Lana Del Rey. And that Lana Del Rey she wasn't like an indie star. She didn't come up in that way. She's very talented, but she's been manufactured. She's a pop star in a way. But that she was trying to claim this indie cred. And that's what the blowback came with. Not that she's not talented. She is talented, and I like her music.
Did you like her SNL performance?
No, I did not like her.
It was tough.
Yeah, it was tough. But like that's the point. It's because it was so manufactured that when it came time for her to just show her salt, she didn't have it because she's a pop star and she was produced.
Right.
And it was put together in this way. But everyone was like, oh, she's an indie person who came up from the street and came up making her own music. And it's like, no. And she's kind of was called out in that way.
I didn't know that.
Let's,
do we
let's
have
get
time
some-
to unpack man buns more? Should we?
No, I think we should get to it.
Yeah.
Get
We
to
have
some-
one more
we have one more
question. We
question.
like to end on a positive note.
We're running out of time. We were getting caught up in Lana Del Rey.
Let's end on something positive, guys.
I just want to know something that you're really happy about, that you're really grateful for right now.
What's
Just
Really
like,
and
just
truly?
bringing you joy.
Yeah,
Oh my
it can be
goodness.
simple. It can be,
It can be
whatever you
simple.
want.
Yeah, it could be like ice cream or a person or the universe.
Wow. You know what? My husband just picked me up to just drop me off here, and he had gone to the 99-cent store, and he's going away, and he got me like a bunch of stuff we needed, but he's going away.
Yeah.
So I was like, thank you so much. Like I needed like an SOS scrubber and I needed some paper towels. That these are things that I was about to have to go out and like get.
You thought to get them for
Then I
you?
was like, oh, I really appreciate that.
That's so sweet.
It's like,
Sweet husband.
that was just nice.
Yeah, sometimes it's like the little things. Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about you.
I
I
mean,
gotcha.
there's other things I also enjoy to receive, like not just 99-cent items, but
non-blue vaginas.
Not just that.
non-blue vaginas. I wasn't really thinking about that, but always
We know where mine
always
lies.
non-blue vaginas.
Hashtag always.
But that was minutes before I got here, so I was grateful. I was like, oh yay.
Aw,
Oh,
Yeah.
yay.
it's good.
Well, on that note, if we had any wine left,
my
we
God.
would cheers. We have
We are
none.
so.
We are so dry.
Dry
We are so
cheers.
dry.
Which is
dry
good.
cheers. Yes, that's good. Thank
And
you
let's
so
also
much.
cheers that Zig actually drank some of our wine for
Thanks,
once.
Zig. Thanks for trying our wine. Wish we had more to share with you.
Zig, I'm into your vibes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, cheers, guys.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you so
Thank you.
much for having me. This was
Oh
so
my
much
God.
fun.
Thank you for listening.
You guys, thank you so much.
Subscribe to us we're on YouTube now. We are on the iTunes. We're on Stitcher. Subscribe to us and rate us. If you can leave a little note, that'd be amazing because that helps a lot.
Leave a little note. Leave a little review,
No, you can also email us, especially if you have like a wine question. You're like, I'm dying to know about this. We'll try and touch on it.
We'll figure it out. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
We'll be your Google.
Yeah, so you can email us at thewhinesituation@gmail.com.
.com, and that's a dot, like period, and then .com.
Right.
www.
http://
Also, thank you, Catherine Powell, for your music, and your video is now available.
Available with Dr. America Comedy. Did this music video for our theme music that's hilarious.
And you can find it on the old FB page. That's an acronym for Facebook.
We're on Facebook, The Whine Situation. We are on Instagram, The Whine Situation. We are on Twitter, just Whine Situation, because they only fucking let you use so many numbers.
But she's okay about it. She's not upset.
No.
And that's wine. All those are wine with an H, right? They're all wine with an H.
They're all wine with an H.
Everything is wine with an H.
Yeah.
If you're going to wine with an H.
That's what we say.
That's the motto of the show.
Yeah.
If you're going to wine, otherwise you're just drinking and not talking.
Yeah. So thank you to Covell for being Covell.
Covell's great, but like, you're great too.
You're great too. You're
Zig's great too.
Zig is amazing. UCB
Zig's
is
the
great
best.
for having this place be recorded.
Yeah,
with
UCB's great, you guys. Everything's great.
Pretty much.
Enjoy the greatness. Embrace the greatness of being
Feel
great.
the greatness, love the greatness, and tune in next week because we have even more greatness in the form of Julia Pels.
Julia Pels is here, and we get deep with some feminine energy.
Yeah.
You guys, the future is female.
It's true. So smile devilishly, Shaughn.
Thanks so much, you guys.
I just drink wine. I don't fuck with IPAs. I just drink wine. I don't fuck with Minute Maids. I just drink wine. I don't fuck with coffee mates. I just drink wine. Give me red, white, or say, don't touch me, motherfucker. I'm a sommelier.